We are the Nerdy Turtle Network.
Hello, and welcome to Icons of the Wider World here on the Nerd Turtle Network. I'm your GM for the day, Jason, and with me will be Curtis playing Dojo Loach, Mike
Hello.
playing Whipette,
Hey.
Zach playing the Boogeyman,
Hola.
and Taylor playing the Rocker.
Howdy, howdy.
And we have had a brief gap where we missed some episodes, or missed some sessions, I should say. So going back a month or so to the last time we played, these characters were all in London for a variety of reasons. I believe the Rocker just lives in London, or at least in England, and was getting ready to put on a concert. Boogeyman had, in his civilian identity, won some tickets to said concert. Whipette was training with a British... Was she a costumed adventurer, or was she just an expert with whips?
As far as anyone knows, she is an aristocratic equestrian known primarily for that.
Okay. Well, yes, but this is the text box in the beginning of an issue talking to the reader.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, well, I've right. So yeah, I do have plans for this character, but I haven't fleshed them out yet or introduced them to you. So as far as like the reader needs to know, that's why she's there.
Okay. But she had the day off and ventured into London, because I believe this woman lived in an estate outside of the city.
That's right.
I forget what brought Dojo Loach to London.
I totally forget too. Although there's no reason he couldn't have just been traveling.
Oh, yeah, you were just traveling, according to my notes.
Oh, yeah, thank goodness somebody's taking notes. Let's see here. Alright. So as they're running around London, weird shimmer in the sky, reports start coming in across the news of men on horseback, like in old-style armor and weaponry, attacking the police whose guns don't seem to be working. There may have been some interference with like radio transmissions and stuff. You'd heard there was another attack on another town that had actually drawn like some of the military attention, out of London, or some of their police. I forget exactly. Like I said, it's been a month, but basically you'd had another attack a little bit earlier as a distraction. Some of y'all had recognized some of the names involved. Not necessarily that you had met them before, but they had a history.
Some Nazi science experiment lady, Brunhilde, I think her name was.
Right, Helga the Horrible. I remember that.
Helga the
Yes.
Horrible.
So, I'm trying to remember how it went now, because the Boogeyman had run into... The Boogeyman was exiting a restaurant, ran into Dojo Loach, I think, out on the street. And then as they were traveling, ran into Whipette and the Rocker, who were all kind of converging where one of these attacks was supposed to be taking place. Sure enough, it looked like... not quite knights in plate mail. They were wearing like chain mail with like breastplates and stuff, but definitely medieval, soldiers, knights, that kind of thing. Did not seem to be speaking English, or at least not modern English. I think y'all could pick out the occasional word, but not much else. So you took those out, saved some people. Got reports of a group moving potentially towards Buckingham Palace. You crossed the river Thames. And, see, how was it? Oh, right. Somebody told you that the party had split. Some of them were going. One group was going after. One group was continuing towards Buckingham Palace. The other one was going towards, like the Parliament or something.
Right.
That's right.
I think we went
whatever
to
the
the
capital
Parliament,
was.
didn't we?
Yes, you went there first. There were some more knights,
And Mildred.
and a woman named Mildred. You took out the knights without too much trouble. Mildred did not put up any sort of fight. They were all being taken into custody when you left. You got down to Buckingham Palace, or at least the palace gardens, the kind of gated outside area. More of those knights. There was a man in fancier armor and a crown. They were just finishing off the palace guard that had met him outside. I want to say it was the rocker that approached and had a conversation with the man.
I spoke with it, yes.
And, it was not... The man claimed to be, the rightful heir to the English throne. Referred to the current ruling family as usurpers. And talked about his claim like it predated the Norman invasion. Then I forget what it was that set the rocker off.
Oh, he proceeded to say that there was certain people that should rule over others. And he made a claim that some people were lesser than others, and the rocker went, "Oh, I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show you that answer real quick."
Decided that wasn't punk rock, huh?
Degrading others to make yourself feel better is not punk rock.
And I know we ended with...
Degrading yourself to make others feel better is very punk rock.
I know we had ended with the rocker and this fella going at each other. The rocker was charging forward. This dude drew his sword and started forward. Let's see here. So we will start off with initiative because I've replaced y'all's tokens. Some of y'all I made. We were using kind of makeshift tokens last time, and I made you some custom ones. So Dojo Loach has got his flared collar now.
Not at all like the Karate Kid.
Oh no, nothing like the Karate Kid. I don't know what you're talking about. It's got gold trim. It's not the Karate Kid, clearly.
It just always makes me think of that Austin Powers scene where it's like, it's not Godzilla, but we must run like it is.
Which one was that out of?
I think that was The Spy Who Shagged Me.
I can't remember. I want to say the one with his dad's the only one I've actually seen of those movies. All right, has everybody got control of their mini? I think I put in
guess
everybody's
should
sheets.
check that.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, I've got control of my miniature.
I can move my boy.
And hopefully that's a little bit better one for Whipette. There's at least some blue up on the mask now.
I like it.
Alright, so add a turn for her, add a turn for him, add
Oof.
a turn for him. Boogie's already on there.
Baby. Baby, 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 baby.
There is a baby.
Baby.
Alright, so Curtis is Dojo Loach with a 5.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed by that, but there it is.
Dog, I've got a 3 right under you. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Whipette has got a 10. And Boogeyman Had you rolled, Zach?
I had an. No, I have not.
Oh, very nice. All right, the knights. Roll me a d6 right quick. That's for the knights. That's for the crown guy. All right. Ugh. Very disappointed in my
Eh.
crown guy. I mean, granted, it's right on par with the person he's fighting, so it's not that big a deal. But and then a 5 for the regular knights. All right.
It's going to be a big deal once I put these 4 points of determination into them. Because the rocker is not afraid to use every ounce of determination to pound one boy. Let's not use that phrase ever again.
Phrasing.
That was a bad phrase. It was just, I made a mistake on that one.
This is supposed to be a PG podcast.
That phrase was not punk rock. I own that mistake immediately.
I'm embarrassed that I'm the only one that didn't catch it.
All right, so the top of the actual order is Whipette.
All right. So the scene is we have the would-be king and just the would-be king.
No, he's got several soldiers around.
Okay. Well, I'll leave the grudge match to Rocker and.
Hold on, Jason.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to stop you at this moment, but I can't in good faith just leave this how it is, because of the month. Do they not have a coordination score at all to add to that D6 roll?
You make a very fair point.
It's been a month, so I'm going to let this fairness happen.
Let's see. Their coordination. Is a 2. His is a 3. What was his a 4? Hang on a second. So I use those basic stats for the soldiers. What did I use for him?
Oh no, now the king goes at the same pace as Karate Elvis.
Man, if only I had thought of that as a concept for the character. That could be awesome.
Instead of going he-ah, he just ho-ho.
Yeah. It's like his battle poses. I'm sure you could sell an indie book of that.
Oh, undoubtedly. Make sure that I did not put him in. Ah, very good. A lot of times I'll use pre-published characters and then reflavor them. But then I remembered with this guy, I had actually statted him up, and he is in the roll 20, so I could have actually rolled his coordination instead. All right. So he did not have a 3. He started off with a 2. He's got a 5 coordination. All right. All right. Now maybe we'll get back in the swing of it. All right. So as we were saying, Whipette. You said you were leaving the grudge match to the rocker.
That's right. Mm-hmm. The soldiers, are they armed with sword and shield?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. I'll try to do another stupid whip trick here. Where I guess I can start by entangling the shield arm of one of the soldiers, and hopefully at some point try to yank to get him to bash a nearby knight. Are there any? Do I see any close by knights where that maneuver may be possible?
Okay. Each token that you see for knights is actually a squad.
Oh, okay.
So you've got 4 or 5 guys
plenty.
packed in there close together, or relatively close together.
All right, I see. So yeah, I guess first of all I should move closer to the knights then, like so.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd like to. I'm guessing I'll have to like ensnare for the first attack, and then next round try for the shield bash.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. I guess this is a.
Snare is usually coordination versus coordination, but since yours is a whip, you can use your prowess if you want. We'll make it prowess versus prowess.
Yeah, I always use coordination because I have the precise strike knack.
Okay, gotcha. That's fine then.
Yeah, because I see myself as more of a nimble fighter than like a brute force fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just roll the regular whip attack roll. Would I be correct in assuming I get to add my weapon proficiency to?
Yes,
to
yeah,
this
you're
grapple
using your
gun?
whip, so that makes sense.
All right, let's do this thing. Let's see what happens. Generated an 8 total. And even if I can't pull the bash, at least I can immobilize the knight.
All right, you got him in a partial hold.
Okay.
Because you beat him by 1. And the partial hold is, I think he can't move, or in the case of a whip, he can't move further away from you.
Yeah.
And anything else he tries to do, I believe he has a -2 penalty is how the partial works.
Okay.
So, his sword arm's still free and stuff, but he is partially tangled up.
All right.
A Boogeyman.
Do I still have that expanding foam gadget I made last session?
Gadgets usually last. Do they last for a scene, or do they last till you change them?
Leave until you change them.
Okay. We'll go with that rather than looking at it, because I think you're right. So, yes, you would still have that one.
Alrighty. I'm gonna just mix up one of my little plastic eggs and toss it right into this squad right here.
Okay. And that was also a snare, essentially, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was binding.
Okay.
Binding with a nice little burst effect on it, so it's gonna get multiple people.
Okay. It should get the entire squad then, assuming you
Yeah.
roll, depending on your roll.
Yeah. Alright. Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's going to be a hard one for them. You beat him by 3, so I believe it's a full hold. So it crashes in the middle of them, and you just have this ball of foam kind of spring up. Some of them are completely trapped inside it. A few of them on the edges, it's like this has only got half of them. But, the guy on one edge is trying to pull one way, and the guy on the other edge trying to pull the other way, so they're not going anywhere. They can do nothing. The full hold, they can do nothing except try to escape.
Nice.
Oh, I left her in the initiative order, huh? Carry on. Alright, then it is the would-be king. So he is springing towards the rocker. Alright, he's taking a swing at you, Tyler.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry. That did not include his weapon specialty.
I'm going to get hurt by this.
So it should actually be an 11. Let me make a roll for that.
Hey, can you make it a 9 again? Alright, I'm taking that hit.
Prowess, coordination. Alright, so I said that was an 11. Alright, so he beat you by 2, so it's not a...
Hey, I'm not beat by anything crazy.
Yeah. It's not like a kill result or anything like that. You do take 5 points of damage from his sword.
Yeah, that's gonna... Oh well. I've got a plan. I'm a strong boy, I can do this.
Alright, and then let's see. He's got fast attack on his sword.
I'm... Help.
And let's see. Thought you had this.
That's a brother for you.
Well, I mean, I have this if I can start a performance. That's the whole thing of the rockers. I've got to be performing. I'm not performing yet. If you go backstage and just punch a motherfucker in the face, they're not ready for it. But if you throw a beer can at them while they're on stage, they know to move. Bro, that's a 13.
Yeah, that was
That dude drinks his milk.
Oh, wait a second. Alright, so that's right, because his prowess adds. Okay, yeah.
Well, I rolled a 10, so it's still not the most insane thing.
No, we can take another 5 points of damage.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yo, bruhs, I don't have, like, damage reduction. One of y'all's gonna need to step in.
This is a group effort. This is a group effort. I just want y'all to know. Group effort.
Rocker, now bloody, just goes, huh. Alright guys, this doesn't matter to me, but it's gonna feel like crap, so can somebody help?
Alright, and then it is the Knights go. Let's see, the squad up here is hearing some commotion and is running around. So they get into y'all's area, but it takes their full round to do so. This squad here is going to attack Whipette. Let's see. It's a 5-man squad. The one that you got with the whip is going to make his escape attempt. Which uses his coordination, I believe. Coordination or strength, whichever's higher. So he's got a strength of 3.
As do I.
So he got a 4. Can you beat a 4?
Oh, here it is.
Alright, so he is still entangled. And the rest of them are all going to take swings at you. Alright, so I need prowess rolls from you. Plus anything you've got that helps you dodge in combat. Okay, that's a tie, so you'll take half damage from the first one. Now I need 3 more.
Oh, right.
Alright, that definitely beats the 4. The 8 is also a tie, so that's another half damage. And 1 more. Alright, so two of them managed to nick you. So it is basically, they're doing like 3 damage apiece. So you take a point of damage from each of those. So that's 2 points of damage total.
Oh. That's not bad at all.
No, they just got regular weapons. Yeah, see, this squad over here swings around and it looks like their king's got things handled. So they're going to go after Dojo Loach and the Boogeyman.
I mean, they don't have to.
Oh, wait, you hit them with foam. Hang on a second.
Ha! Losers don't even get to leave.
Nope, that's right. They got to make their escape attempt, which is their strength versus, what is the strength of your foam?
5.
All right. So give me a d6 plus 5 against their d6 plus their strength.
Ah! Nice.
Depending on your definition of nice. So they're continuing to struggle to get out. If you pay attention, you can probably learn some Old English swear words. You won't know exactly what they mean, but you can tell they're the four-letter variety. Then it is Dojo Loach.
All right. I think I had better step in and help the rocker out so he can.
So he doesn't have performance issues.
It's not performance issues if I'm dead before I get to perform. It's just issues at that point.
He doesn't want to move, but that's okay. And so that'll be 2 attacks. And how do I divide that? Per hit? I mean, I know it's just going to be a +1 if I hit with both.
Let's see, you take... Alright, fast attack. Fast attack allows you to attack more than once per action, dividing your fast attack level into additional attack tests, up to your level with that attack. If you use your extra attack against the same opponent, treat as a combined effort. Yeah,
So
that.
one would be at prowess and one would be at fast attack. Does that sound right?
Let's see. Speed Demon has a prowess of 4, coordination of 6, and a fast attack of 8. He punches, makes 1 attack for his attack action like anyone else, then uses his fast attack levels for additional attacks. 8 levels divided by 4 is 2 more attacks. So you would take the... So what level is your fast attack?
It's 4.
So it would be 4 divided by your prowess. So what is your prowess?
8. Um,
So 8 doesn't go into 4. You're going to 40. So 0.5. So you'd have 1 extra attack at half your prowess.
okay, that's kind of what I thought. Does martial arts add to both of those attacks?
Yes. And that's after we figure out the dividing up and stuff.
Right.
Alright, so that was the first one. He rolls his. So it's his prowess plus his specialty and shield. Alright, so the first lick got him. And the second lick got him.
Ooh.
Or he might have just been supposed to roll once. Either way, they both get him.
Yeah, I think he ought to be able to roll twice.
Yeah, it is 2 separate attacks. It does count as 2 separate attacks. Alright, so you beat him by 5 the first time, so that's a massive. And 4 the second time, which is also a massive. Or, excuse me, I think that's a moderate. There's a tie, then 1 to 2. Yeah. So you got a massive and a moderate. Well, only the massive really counts because the other one, the second one, is just to add the damage, basically. And those are blunt, just punches.
Right.
Alright, so a slam. Alright, so he needs to make us. How much damage did you do?
Well, I guess I didn't specify I had my aura going on my fist. Without that, it would be 7 because of the +1 from the fast attack.
Alright, so he takes some damage. You said 7, so roll me a d6 plus 7 versus his strength to see if you slammed him.
Guess
Okay,
not.
he manages to stay upright. You know, he kind of catches it on his shield to some degree. Manages to, keep his foot. You know, you knock him back a step or two, but you don't send him flying. And then I'm willing to say that your aura was up. So how much damage does the aura do?
That's 3.
3, okay. So that would count as a secondary effect. So it's, you resolve it against his damage reduction like a separate something, but it triggers kind of automatically when you make contact. So yeah, he staggers back a couple of steps. You left a noticeable, mark on his armor. Somebody's gonna have to hammer that back out. And then at last we get to the bottom of the order, which is the rocker.
It's me.
What is the rocker gonna do?
Well, he's gonna look at his 2 fresh new cut wounds, go, that's gonna take a little while. Then the drones are gonna go live. he's gonna put his hands up and he's gonna start his performance with a dazzle.
Now, your dazzle, are they visual or audio?
Visual.
Okay.
It
So you
is
do your own
dazzle.
pyrotechnics.
Yes.
Now, is it area effect, or can you target one
It's
person?
a burst. Or is it dazzle? I could target singular, or I can do it in a burst. So I'm imagining it at the king and maybe hitting the group above him as well.
Okay. It's like a spotlight in their face, or is it like a pyrotechnic explosion?
Like fireworks.
Okay.
Now, it has been a little while, so I should have already pulled up, but I didn't, so I'm doing it now. As soon as I find it again.
It's okay. It was just a bad dream, poor girl.
Aw.
Sorry.
Oh.
My pit bull was having a bad dream, and she was all whimpering.
Oh. I thought you were consoling the baby at first.
I did too.
I mean, she is a baby, but she's
I
not.
think your dazzle attack would probably get Dojo Loach too, but again, that would be very punk rock.
But also, you are friendly. And this game is nice and convenient for not hurting friendlies.
There's times you gotta be careful about it.
Anyway, I gotta
It
get
probably
back to...
depends on the evilness of the game master.
It says make a coordination test against the coordination of a target.
Yep.
Now, did you put the burst modifier on it?
Yes, it is an extra
Okay.
that I put on it.
Okay, that's limits. Burst. Affects everyone within close distance simultaneously.
Why I'm
But
targeting...
you can control where you place it.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to hit a spot that'll hit just the king and the king's men.
So, you kind of put it back here somewhere, or since it's visual, maybe you drop it. Maybe you actually drop it behind your guys. So it's a bright light that's coming from behind them, so it doesn't blind them like it does people looking in their direction.
And to be fair, everyone on the team knows how this works. We've already done it once.
This is true.
So they know when I start the show to not look directly at the lights.
But yeah, you can finagle it where it gets. It may not get the guys way over here, but you put it back. Well, basically you target it here, but we describe it as popping up back here, so it's behind everybody else. But as far as who's close,
It's a very functional look. Don't worry.
yeah.
I'll pop a point of determination to help it hit.
Okay. What are you tapping?
You don't like me, I don't like you.
That's probably very true.
Because he and I have issues with one another immediately.
Alright, so let me roll for the...
Oh, roll a 1 on it. That's terrible. It's against coordination.
And that's with you already... You've already added in the hero point at that point?
Yes. Do I add in my performance specialty? As Dazzle can only be done with limit performance. I know the specialty is more or less there to maintain a performance on like the checks for it when getting attacked and stuff, but
I would say no, because it's a limit, and if your limit is giving you extra points in your roll, that's not a limitation.
okay.
You just have to have your hands free to be able to, you have to be able to perform. So if somebody had you dunked underwater, well, you can't really perform underwater. Or if you were tied up or that sort of thing. All right, so now I believe it's versus their coordination. So for the regular soldiers, that is a. So you beat them by 2. And then for the coordination, I'm going to say his shield probably doesn't help him in this. I mean, technically you could use it to shield shield your face from light, but I doubt anybody would really think of it.
Oh well.
But he does think of it. The lights pop up and you just see him kind of throw his hand up. Oh,
And the rocker begins his song, "Death Don't Mean Nothing to Me."
okay. I forgot there were 2 squads of the troops, So the squad that's partially held here is also blind. Let me, let's see, we'll put that for being partially held. At least one of the guys is. And I guess we'll use lightning bolts for the light. And I forget, how long does Dazzle last?
Hold up. Did I get... What kind of success did I get? Like, barely any?
You got a 5, and the ones that failed got a 3, so you beat them by 2.
So it's just moderate?
Yeah, so that is a moderate.
Target's dazzled for 1 page.
Alright.
Plus 2 difficulty to actions relying on the dazzled sense.
So anything they do that requires their sight will get -2. Alright.
Which means if they were reading Braille, they'd be fine.
Yes.
Or if they're like already grappling someone, they could throw an elbow without much more difficulty.
Or maintain a grapple if they were holding somebody.
Yeah.
Alright. Then we're back to the top of the order with Whipette.
All right, so I've got the ensnared knight. Are there still knights around them, or have the rest of the knights moved on?
You have these guys up here that are rubbing their eyes from that flash of light. You got your whip tangled on one of them because you were getting ready to do your shield bash attempt thing.
Yeah.
And then you got this other group of knights that have run around the corner and are coming towards you.
Okay. Well, would it be possible to just like yank real hard and try to dislodge the shield and use it as a missile weapon?
Sure, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. And I see that Dojo's helping out Rocker. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So let's
hope we can. We're enough to take the would-be king down.
Yeah. Should I just roll that as a whip attack for my stupid stunt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does this would this count as a stunt? Would I have to be spending determination on this stuff, or is this just like
Not really. You're mechanically you're attacking them with your whip.
Okay.
We're just describing it a little fancier than that.
Gotcha. I've generated a 10 total on that.
All right, their prowess is a 3. All right, so you hit. How much damage do you do with your whip?
With the whip, it does 5 slashing.
Okay. Since you're hitting them with the shield, we'll say this is kind of blunt damage, but
Okay.
so you yank a shield off the arm of one of these guys, and basically, it was a good size. They're good size shields. So you managed to bring it across the head of a couple of the other ones. So yeah, 2 of them go down.
Nice.
So you now got a squad of 3 sitting there. Basically, I'm keeping up with their health, like they're one person, but each health point really represents one guy you're taking out in the group.
Cool.
So 2 of them are down, and 1 guy is now without a shield. Boogeyman.
You know what? I do not like that the king has a sword and that he is terrifyingly good with it. I'm going to move to try and disarm him with my bat.
Okay.
Going to tap Tough SOB. Give myself a little bit of a bonus to hit.
Okay.
Hi, Boo. Hello, boy.
All right. Now, attempting to disarm him is essentially... Let's get some maneuvering. Yes, you're essentially trying to put the unarmed or the disarmed quality on him.
Yeah.
All right.
And that
so,
11 is with the +2 already.
all right, so that is the absolute total you've got. All right.
Yes, sir.
And he will resist this with his prowess. And his sword. Skill. Oh, and he rolled a 1. Alright, so that's a moderate success. Reveals or creates the quality you're looking for and also allows you to activate it for free once.
Hello.
Alright, so he is now unarmed. So you knock it out of his hand, but it doesn't go flying very far.
Hey,
You know, he'll be 1 round without it, and then you can pick it back up. So this round, anybody that wants to... how does that work? I really don't see how that's one that really taps. That's really tappable, per se.
We can just pick up his sword and hold it ourselves.
yeah.
Can you? Can you pick it up?
Yes. Because if a bitch can pick it up, I can pick it up.
Damn.
Ouch.
But yes, you put the condition on him, you have disarmed him.
Hey.
So rather than it being something you would tap to give him minuses or give yourself pluses, it's really if it just... The reward here is if he attacks you, he's not doing 5 damage with a magic sword.
Yeah.
So. And it'll last till he gets the sword back. Which will be, you know, next round if nobody interferes. If somebody interferes and they're burning their action to do stuff, you know, we'll deal with it depending on what it is they try to do. He gets this almost offended look on his face when you run up with this wooden club. Or do you use an aluminum bat?
It's a wooden bat.
Okay. So yeah, you run up with this wooden club and knock his fancy sword out of his hand. He just looks terribly offended. Maybe slightly embarrassed.
Yeah, this don't look too good on you, does it, Chief?
Chief, I'm a king, boy.
You know, calling me boy might be racist. You don't know what I look like under this helmet.
Chief's not.
It's like he's trying to puzzle out the words you've used, like he's trying to figure out what it is you actually mean by this gibberish you're saying. Oh, and then it's his turn. let's see. He's seen Dojo Loach throw punches, so he don't want to throw hands with him. Boogeyman's got a club.
And I'm making music with nothing.
Let's see. So he basically moves towards his sword and tries to basically shield bash the rocker as he moves by him. So that's going to be his prowess plus his shield. So that's an 11. He's trying to pop you with his shield there, Tyler. So you'll defend,
Alright.
You'll defend with your prowess.
See, do I even have I accidentally made this terrible? Ah, I have. Great. Alright, hold on a minute.
Is that one of your low stats or something?
No, it's just a whoopsie doozy kind of thing. I'm gonna use a determination point to make this 2 better.
Okay, what are you tapping?
Pick up the pace, because if I get hit, I'm going to die. So I've got to start doing something. And I will be using my reflection ability, which it has the limit performance. I am performing.
You are performing.
Hey, we tied.
Alright, let me see how reflection works.
Failure is reflection does not work. The tie is a tie a marginal success?
Yes, ties are marginals.
Okay. Both you and the attacker are affected equally by half of the attack, rounded down for you and up for the attacker.
Alright, well, the shield bash is only going to do 2 points of damage. So that splits evenly. You both take a point of damage.
Yep. Bonk bonk.
So he slams forward, and manages to clip you with his shield, but then whatever that effect is, kind of throws his shield back in his own face.
I headbutt his shield hard enough.
But
it knocks into him and hurts me too.
But it looks like his helmet probably caught the edge of the shield, not his face up under it. His damage reduction still factors in. But I assume that means you're still up.
Yes, I'm still up.
He does manage to get over, swoop down, and pick up his sword. And kind of turns, in a manner where he's kind of facing all 3 of you. Oops. I tried to skip the knights. We can't do that. That's not fair to the knights.
Can you all hear me?
You're a little
We
quiet.
can now.
Okay. Well, I was having it lost connection a minute ago, so I was trying to make sure it's still working.
I had my Zoom covered up with character sheets, so I never even noticed.
Well, Zoom was on, but Discord was not.
Alright, oh, he is knights. Alright, so these guys over here are again going to try to make their escape roll versus Boogeyman's expanding foam, which I think was you said was a 5. 5
Yes, sir.
strength. Alright, so give me a d6 plus 5. They got a total of
That's
5.
a useful gadget.
Holy crap. I can re-roll if you want.
No, you just keep rolling 5s and 6s, and my guys are rolling 1s and 2s. It's okay. I mean, they're nameless, faceless mooks, so don't get surprised. I mean, I do have at least one player I've almost killed. So, all right, and then
From you saying that makes me think you haven't looked at the Rocker's character sheet.
I know I did other session. Let me look at the Rocker's character sheet because I haven't looked at it today.
There's a key point about the song. Death don't matter to me.
All right, if I can find the Rocker, we got so many character sheets in here.
No, we're still battling at the Parliament, right? Or have we moved on to
No,
Buckingham
this is out in front of Buckingham Palace Gardens.
Oh, well, then, when your song is finished, I think you should do the Sex Pistols. God Save the Queen. That would also be an appropriate punk rock song.
The Rocker does not particularly care for the Queen being the Queen. She should be alive and well. People shouldn't randomly try to kill her. But
you have to have heard the Sex Pistols, God Save the Queen.
Is it not actually pro?
No.
I'd assume not. But because why would anything be pro-monarchy?
Oh, okay. I think I see the power you're talking about.
Yeah, you see the power I'm talking about.
Yeah, he can still drop you, he can still drop you for the combat, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I can still be out of the fight. But the fight ain't gonna be out of me, because that's not punk rock.
Alright, so the half-blinded troops, which I think there's 3 left in that squad, they all sword out. The 2 that still have their shields hold their shields up, swords out, and just kind of charge in the general direction that they remember Whipette being. Alright, so -2. Alright, so... Alright, so there's your 3 attacks you gotta dodge.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Okay.
Did you hear me, Mike?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I was quoting. I was quoting lyrics. I missed that. I'm sorry.
Alright, you got 3 basically blind troops charging to where they remember Whipette being.
Oh, okay.
So you got 3 attacks to dodge.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because the Dazzle's got them at -2, so they're not technically completely blind. But...
Dodge, close attack. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Oh, okay. Well, I tied one of them.
The dodge of the beast.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first one ties, so you take half damage from him. He's doing 3 points.
Is that round down?
So round down, basically, for the defender, I guess. So you take 1 point from him, the other 2 miss you.
Okay, that's cool. Take that. I'm going to post some music lyrics after this game session. I figure, God Save the Queen and London Calling need to be on the Rockers playlist.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, now these guys to the north of Whipette, though, are not blind. There is 5 of them, I believe. Yeah, I think I said the groups were 5. So one of them is going to attack her individually, and the other 2, or I should say the other 4, will basically each work together with one of their buddies. So you're going to take a total of 3 attacks. 2 of them are combined attacks.
Okay.
Alright, so the first guy who is attacking on his own. So he got a 9.
Aha!
1 point of damage, because that's a tie. And the other ones are combining to hit you, because you're not appearing to be sword proof. You're just very, very nimble.
That's right.
You're an agile little minx.
Dancing around him. Just like Mama taught me.
So each of those would give you a. Well, let's see, their buddy helping them give them a +2. Because it's +2 to attack rolls. It's just +1 to damage if they were helping with damage. All right. So one of those got an 8, and one of them got a 7. So you dodged the first one without any trouble, and then the second one you also dodged without any trouble.
Woohoo!
So you've literally got 8 guys with swords that come running through your area, taking swings at you, and she's just dodging and dipping and ducking.
Yeah, I've got an idea for a condition to try to establish next time my turn comes around.
I'm just picturing one of those splash pages where, Nightwing or somebody was dodging, was just diving through the entire page, avoiding people.
Yeah, the multiple silhouettes.
And then it's a Dojo Loach.
All right. I shall use my fast attack on the would-be king again. Gonna be...
Okay, and then he rolls his shield to avoid.
I'll go ahead and roll my second attack, too.
Okay. Alright, so moderate success on both of those. And you said 7 points of damage?
With the oh crap, the aura, the lightning fist of the Loach, that makes it 10.
I didn't think aura added. I thought that was a secondary effect. Let me look at the sheet.
No, I think you're right. But that is a secondary effect. So that would make it 7.
Yeah.
It's definitely a secondary effect.
The icons gets peculiar about the stuff stacking because you're only on a 1 to 10
No,
scale.
yeah, you're right. I totally, my brain just went. Psh.
But anyway, so the punch is 7. Each of the punches is 7. Minus his armor.
With his armor, the aura probably doesn't do anything.
The aura, no. The aura doesn't get through it. Your punches are clearly getting through, though. The front of his helmet's a little squished in. I mean, yeah, well, actually, come to think of it, in the picture, he doesn't even have a helmet, does he? He's got a crown. Anyway. You've busted his nose good. He's got a fat lip. He's got a couple of hand-sized dents in his armor. Or maybe on his shield. He definitely does not look like he's got a whole lot of fight left in him.
I return.
Well, you've just seen Dojo Loach lay into the would-be king and bust his nose and dent up his armor.
Awesome.
He spits a mouthful of blood out. And looks at Dojo Loach, who's sitting there with electricity sparking around his fist. Are you some ill-begotten child of Jove?
I don't even know Job. Of course, Dojo Loach does have the Sex Pistols' "God Save the Queen" going through his head. God save the Queen.
All right, so you go. You don't even know Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be a T-shirt. Don't know Job.
Many of his children can say that. Now it's the Raka.
Yep.
Finish him off. Finish him.
Yep. Rocker will go ahead and attempt to do a striking bash against him. So it's just prowess.
All right. Whoosh.
Jeez.
All right, so your bash, is that basically where you grab like an invisible guitar and try to El Kabong him?
Yes.
So he out of the corner of his eye, he sees you do this, and he manages to get his shield up to catch it.
Unfortunate, because that's all I got.
All right. Somebody's got a good set of lungs on them.
She does. She needs to go to sleep.
But she just got up.
No, she didn't.
It would have been cool seeing him go down smashed by an air guitar.
But such is life. It does not always happen.
Well, visually it would still be neat because, you're seeing the air guitar hit his shield. You gotta force him down on one knee briefly. Whipette. We're back at the top of the order.
Okay, I'd like to create not a condition, a quality. Since I've got all these knights all tied up against me, something to the effect of I want to create a quality that signifies the fact that they're so close to each other that they're as much a danger to each other as they are to me. I'm trying to think of what a pithy name for this quality, and I envision this as a coordination maneuver, something like. Maybe just tight quarters, for lack of anything more catchy.
All right.
So, if I may I'll generate a coordination total versus what their prowess or coordination. How would you call that?
If you're using coordination, they'll use coordination.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe I should. This might be worth tagging because this is a quality. Too angry for her own good. That actually would seem to run counter towards what I'm thinking here. This is more of a finesse sort of thing. But I could always apply. I don't know could I apply the whip a good quality and spend a determination point to give myself a +2 to this roll?
Sure. If you're trying to keep him distracted, I'm imagining her twirling the whip around like the flag corps chicks, streamers kind of thing. Just a visual distraction to throw him off while she's doing her acrobatics.
Yeah, basically trying to keep them too close, not close enough where they can strike at me safely, but close enough where they're just as likely to stick each other. So I can use my whip to kind of encourage them to tighten in. So okay, I will roll coordination and add +2. So I'll enter that manually. 1d6 +7.
Well, you only got to beat their 8, so your chances are good.
Yeah, just hoping for
so
free
that's
tags.
a moderate success. Let's see, that is actions, maneuvering, moderate. Or I said you beat him by 3, right?
That's
yeah, that gets it into major. Excuse me.
Sweet.
It's the same as a moderate success, but you achieve the quality. You can activate the quality for free twice.
Excellent.
So this would be one. I would let you, of course, activate it. You could activate it for attack rolls or dodges. I would also let you activate it for bonus damage.
That's what I was hoping for. Awesome.
And like I said, you get 2 taps of it for free. It'll still be there after that, but you'll have to spend a termination point like normal.
Yeah, or one of the other things to activate qualities. Sweet.
A Boogeyman.
I'm gonna bash the would-be king right in the face with my baseball bat.
All right.
Oof, not a good roll.
And that's versus his prowess.
Yep.
Alright, so he blocks that or dodges that with a shield.
He's hard to hit.
Yeah, he's got skills. His troops aren't that tough. He's got some, relatively decent skills.
Fortunately, Dojo Loach never misses.
Well, that sounds like a good way to jinx yourself there.
I know.
I'll just be honest.
Now someone's going to get a second chance with that air guitar.
Alright, somebody's initiative comes up, and a portal of light opens. Now, the picture is showing her inside the guard. She is not inside the guard. The portal basically opens up kind of right at the gate, and she steps out. But that is her action for the round, so. But there are literally, like, seagulls of symbols and sigils, that's the word I'm looking for, of light kind of floating around her as she steps out. Then it is the would-be king's turn. He is going to take a swing at the Boogeyman. Since Boogeyman was the last one to attack him. Boogeyman, give yourself a determination point. Because he is going to tap one of his qualities. Warrior of Old. To give himself a +2. Or... yeah, you'll give himself a +2.
Yep, that's a hit.
And rolled at 1. Alright, so that's 5 points of damage.
Alright, and my Kevlar takes that down to 3 points of damage.
And then he sort of starts sliding back towards his lady friend. Actually, looking at the shape his troops are in, it's less that he does the slow back away than he takes the swing at Boogeyman, and then just kind of turns around and he's heading off kind of full speed. As he approaches her, you hear her ask him, "What about your troops, my love?" He gestures towards the guy wrapped up in a ball, and then over at the entire squad, he's like, 2 squads of these troops can't even take a slip of a girl.
Rocker yells from the distance, "He doesn't care about anyone but himself because he thinks he's better than everyone." Which is a shit thing for a ruler to do.
I'm
Yeah,
just
he
picturing
ignores
him
you
like
because you're a peasant. What does he care what you think?
I just picture him like Prince Humperdinck grabbing his cape and running off.
So he grabs her by the hand, and they step back through that portal. The men wrapped up in the foam over here are yelling after him. You're pretty sure it's cries for help. They sound kind of pitiful.
I think your boss doesn't like you guys very much. I'm sorry.
Let's see. The blind guys over here don't really seem to notice what's going on. The other guys fighting Whipette are trying to move in that direction, but they're all in each other's way and tangled up, so they're not making very good speed. As you watch, that glowing portal starts to shrink, but it's not shrinking real quickly.
Do we follow, guys?
It's Dojo Loach's turn. Does Dojo Loach follow?
Before I take off, I'm going to take a look at the group for kind of a general consensus.
We really don't know where that portal goes.
We do
Yeah,
not.
plus there's still cleanup here to take care of. And, and it is unknown territory. Who knows what
The
we're
rocker
in.
gestures with his hands to the 2 gaps in his side made by sword cuts, where he's obviously dipped his hands into it and is just like, yeah, I can't miss much more.
You know what? I'm going to do what I do with land shark.
Uh-oh.
I'll roll.
Oh, hold on, time out. Whoa, buddy, whoa, calm down there.
Did somebody say land shark?
Let's leave land shark actions in land shark land.
No, I'm just saying.
This is the time to think through, buddy.
I'm just saying Dojo Loach is arrogant. He might just go do his own thing. Yeah, he'll stay.
Okay.
I gave him a 50-50 chance. I'm not above letting my characters make bad decisions.
It's not that he's afraid to go after him. But Whipette pointed up this cleanup here. That's true.
I certainly had some characters that make some bad decisions.
Yeah, my character in Call of Cthulhu likes to walk up and knife stuff. That is going to get him killed at some point.
Yeah.
It's a magic knife, but still.
I mean, if it was a shotgun, you'd probably be fine.
Because, either that'll get him killed or the knife will take him over. I'm not sure where it's going to go. Alright, so it's Dojo Loach's turn. So he chooses not to go into the portal. So what does he?
Yeah, it was close, but he decided not to. He decided to stay behind with the others.
Okay, well, it's his turn, though, so...
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if there's still combat to do, if there's still soldiers, then I will attack. I will use my lightning fist of the Loach on a couple of soldiers.
Alright. So these guys over here are completely bound in the expanding foam. Yeah, they're trying to get their way out, but they have not been making good progress so far. Both of these groups up here are fighting Whipette. I believe the dazzle has worn off on them, so they're all... Now, it's a very chaotic melee. You got 8 guys kind of with Whipette just kind of dancing around in amongst them. You can see that they're trying to be careful not to hit each other while still trying to hit her, and it's just not a good. They're just not in a good position.
But those are the ones that are really left with the fight, are the ones that Whippette's taken on, right?
They're still
Okay.
capable of fighting, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure whose icon is here. Am I close enough to engage them?
Yes, you're the guy right here with the big flared collar.
Yeah. I'm just not sure who everybody else is.
Okay. This is one of the groups, and this is one of the groups.
Yeah. So I'll move to that group, and I will do 2 strikes. So
All right. Let's see, this is their prowess.
first one. Ooh.
All right, you take one of them out because these guys are effectively minions. So. So yeah, you run up, you catch one of them right in the gut. He's wearing chainmail, but chainmail's flexible, so that's still most of that damage still goes through since it's blunt. Plus the electricity from your aura, regular chainmail ain't gonna do much to help with that. And then the next guy, you catch him kind of right through here, so it dents in the helmet, and his entire helmet kind of rotates a little bit on his face, so it's all sideways as he falls over.
I hope his whole head didn't rotate like that.
Maybe if we were playing a more dark street vigilante game.
Correct. All right, well, that is my turn.
All right, the rocker.
Cool. The rocker will do what he's actually, good at, and do a mental blast at a soldier.
Okay. So it's gonna be willpower.
Yep.
Versus their willpower, if I recall.
Should be.
Yeah,
make a willpower versus willpower.
I figured there was a 2, but I wanted to check and make sure. Alright, so 3. Alright, so you beat him by 9. It's a decent success. So, yeah, the last of that group goes away. Meaning you've got 5 left. I mean, the 2 squads are basically intermixed, so you don't really tell that a squad is gone. But Whipette.
All right, so the player is inclined to make a call for surrender, but since I've got a bunch of knights in my face and I'm still kind of in full melee, I'm going to go for I think a simple whip attack.
Okay.
And let's see. And I think I'll go ahead and I can only use one quality at a time, so I can only tag tight quarters one. So I think I'll use that to increase my prowess roll. And again, this is basically a squad acting as one unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and make a roll for my whip attack plus the extra 2 for the free tag. So roll 1d6 plus, let's see, coordination 5, 2 for the weapon. Ooh, this is gonna be tight. 9 in total. Oh boy, what if I'm gonna end up killing all these people? I hope not. Almost 14.
All right, they got a 9.
It is a slashing attack, so we'll see. See what happens.
All right, so yeah, one of them definitely goes down.
The base damage is 5.
Yeah, they've got like 3 points of armor or something, so I know.
Oh, okay.
But
That's right.
as minions, basically any damage that gets through takes one of them out. All right, and roll his strength versus the. You said it did. You said 5 damage.
Yeah, but why do I have 6 here? Oh, so that's for strength resistance. I think. Oh, here it is. Yeah, my whip kill check.
All right, so you got a 6, they got a 7. All right, so he goes down. He is not dying from the attack though.
Okay, well,
Slashing
that's
would generally be a killing attack.
Yeah.
So he goes down, but he's not like bleeding out in the street or anything.
Yeah, but I assume I've at least cut up everyone else a little bit.
Boogeyman.
I'm just gonna wade into him and start bopping him on the head with my baseball bat. No reason to get fancy. And that does 4 points of damage.
All right, one of them definitely goes down. All right, Mildred's already gone. Let's see, there's 3 of them left. They have done no damage to any of. Well, no, I take that back. They have nicked Whipette a time or 2.
Yep, I'm down. Yeah, I'm down to half capacity at this point, so I'm fairly hurt. I've taken lumps.
But considering you were fighting 8 or 9 guys at a time, it's a fairly impressive showing.
That's right.
Oh, let me roll the escape attempt for these guys down here. Zach, if you'll give me a 5, D6 plus 5. Doing that, I'm gonna fetch another soda. All right. So no, they are still completely bound. Technically, I've got them. Y'all have got them outnumbered. Those guys that are left, but only 2 of you seem to be armed. Yeah, I guess they'll keep fighting. All right, one of them takes a swing at Boogeyman with a 7. Their fighting is getting a little more desperate now.
Ooh.
Okay, so you'll take half damage, so that's 1 point. Well, 1.5 points, man. I think your Kevlar will take that, though. One of them attacks.
So take one damage minimum.
Do what now?
Won't I still take 1 damage minimum?
No. If your damage resistance gets rid of all the damage, you're fine.
Okay.
All right, one of them attacks Whipette. All right, that's a tie, so you take 1 damage. And the third one, he's probably gonna go after Whipette too, just because she looks the worst. So, well, strategically, if you can take somebody down, that's at least one more attack you ain't got to take.
Sure.
And these guys do seem to have had some training.
Oh.
All right, you take 3 points from this guy.
Oh, and that just takes me out. Just with that determination, I had a chance. Do I need to make any? I guess it wasn't.
No, he
I
did
guess
not.
it-
He did not roll well enough to trigger a killing attack or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're just down and hurting. You may not even be unconscious, just kind of incapacitated.
Yeah.
All right, Dojo.
All right.
There's 3 guys left. 2 of them just managed to drop Whipette.
I'm going after the ones that dropped Whipette.
All right.
I did warn her this was dangerous.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Dojo's kind of a pig. All right. Your first attack takes 1 out. And the second attack takes 1 out.
He doesn't necessarily mean to be a pig, but,
It's how he was raised. It's not really him.
The rocker would not be amused by those excuses.
He's just a man of, his father or grandfather's time. That's all.
He's a pig like his father before him.
If he's a man, he has the ability to change, and he has chosen not to, and that ain't punk rock.
My father was a pig, and his father before him was a pig, and as God is my witness, my son will be a pig. And that leak, and now we come up to the rocker. There's 1 dude left.
The rocker will walk up and... No, you know what, the rocker's too hard to deal with this nonsense. He's gonna bash him.
I just picture
You
him
gotta
leaping.
end you gotta end the performance right.
I'm just picturing him leaping over, Whippette's crouching form with his invisible guitar over his head.
Ain't nothing going right for Rocker today.
All right, how much damage does the El Kabong do?
7.
It does 7 damage?
My strength +1 for it being a strike.
Well, use a strong one.
Yeah, my strength is pretty high.
Okay, so that's 7. It's a tie. It was a tie, so you half the 7. So that's a 3. They have a damage reduction of 3. Let me double check and see about rounding up or down. You know what? Never mind. He's a minion. We're gonna round. We'll round up for how much damage he takes. So you just get past his armor and he goes down.
And the rocker then leans upon his invisible guitar for about 2 seconds before it disappears, and he has to stumble a little bit to catch himself.
Oops. Click on the wrong mini. Alright. So they go down. In the next few minutes, basically, if anybody in the party turns their attention towards the guys in the foam, the one whose sword arm is outside the foam drops his sword. He says some stuff that you can't understand, but it's clear he's surrendering. He's done. The guy on the other side is saying a lot of the same stuff, but his sword arm is like in the foam, so
I'll see if I can help Whipette and revive her.
Yeah, same. I've got my coat off and
I'm just picturing Dojo with his hand sparking. Bzz, clear! I'm not unconscious. Yeah, y'all get aroused up enough that she's sitting up and capable of talking and stuff. And within just a couple of minutes, you got more police coming on scene. You've got some more guards come from outside the palace. Not much after they show up. You have an ambulance shows up and starts. Everybody that needs first aid is getting their first aid. While this is going on, the portal has been getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And when it's about the size, when it comes up to about a person's waist, somebody comes rolling out of it, before it shrinks down and disappears. This kind of a little person. They straighten up, they dust themselves off. Their hat had fallen, they pick up, it's got one of those kind of sock, kind of Santa hat looking type hats. So his is kind of a dark green. He puts it on his mostly hairless head. He's got rather large ears. They've got kind of points on them. Kind of a big knobbly nose.
Are you an elf?
What I was thinking, Mike.
He looks around. What? Oh. No. My name's Robin. I am no elf.
Robin?
Some have called me a hobgoblin, but
Seems like a good fellow.
he does. He seems very pleasant.
Am I gonna need to hit you with this bat, or are we cool? I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day.
Oh, no. I assure you I am not here for any violence.
Then why are you here?
Oh, it's been a while since I've been to jolly old England. I thought I'd pop over and see how things were going.
So you have nothing to do with King What's-His-Face?
Kings. No. No. Sir Mordred's plan is his own.
Oh, Mordred.
Oh, did he not introduce himself? How rude.
Did he? I don't think he did.
No, he never dropped his name.
Rocker from the back. Yeah, who is too busy making fun of people and being a general ass.
That's human nobility for you. Truthfully, that's just nobility for you.
Mordred, wasn't that the son of King Arthur? I saw that in that Excalibur movie once.
You're right.
Oh, that's Robin. Is this Mordred guy the son of Arthur?
Ah, yes, the once and future king, yes. He and his mother's planning caused the fall of Camelot.
Yeah, well. Dang, your sister will do that. Robin, I guess welcome to Earth. I'm a visitor myself, but yeah, I think. Hey guys, do we have to take him to the embassy? This seems like an extra dimensional.
We're in front of Buckingham Palace. I hate to be the rude one. I assure you, the government knows he's here now.
All right, well.
Yeah, there's a couple of guards that've got their little guns. But he's just
don't take this personally. This happens every time someone from another dimension visits. It goes badly often enough. I'm sure they'll give you a clean bill of health, though.
Anyway, it's hardly the first time I've been here. But I've never really been in one of your modern cities.
So, when was the last time you visited, my man? If man isn't a perfect term for you, I honestly don't know.
Well, I'm male, so close enough. I don't know. It's probably been a few hundred years, a couple of hundred years. Time runs differently. It's hard to keep up.
Wasn't there a Robin in that Shakespeare story? I think I saw that in that one movie by.
It's a common name. It's possible.
You're Batman's sidekick. I don't say that.
He does have kind of the little fairy boots on that Robin originally had. So. I assume that my king would want to report as to what happened, and it would appear that young Mordred was routed.
Yeah, we took care of that. He tried to exert his proprietary claims.
His Germanic allies are not going to be pleased.
Well, to try to pull that off now of all times, it's been kind of a while. I think he would have gotten used to the idea.
Wait, time out.
Mm-hmm.
Germanic allies? Oh, has he been in contact with them in like the last 6 decades?
I'm not exactly certain when his mother revived him.
Wait, is his mother Mildred? No.
No, his mother is Morgan. Or Morgana. It varies from
right
exactly how you wish to call the name.
When I have Mildred in my notes, was I just mishearing Mordred this whole time?
No, Mildred was a woman.
Okay, so
she gave her name.
That's his girlfriend or wife. Whatever, right?
Fiance. I believe she said they were fiancés.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
He's hitting up a girl named Mildred. His mom's name is not Mildred.
No, he's well, no, right, but it is close to his name, which is very narcissistic.
Yeah, but he didn't choose that.
That's like a Joseph dating a Josephina. Anyway, that's besides.
Hey, get into Roman history where you've got
well,
Octavian and Octavia.
Speaking of Vincent,
Rome had a lot of that, not particularly out of those two, though.
Right. Yeah, your emperors, your gods. You could, mention Germanic allies. So, what was his response to the whole Nazi illusion?
That he didn't know how long ago his Mordred's mother had revived him.
Okay. Now he might be just talking about those like classical Huns as opposed to Nazi Huns.
Also, wait, you're telling me he's already died once or twice or 3 times?
Well, somewhere north of here, geography isn't my strong suit.
It's fine.
You had the last big battle that he and Arthur slew each other. Or he was slain and Arthur was mortally wounded. Everyone knows that Arthur was carted off to Avalon. The story didn't seem to get around as much that Morgana was able to spirit her son's body away too.
Yeah, but if he died, he already should have given up any claim towards a throne. That happens when you die.
Really? You don't. If you get resurrected, you don't just retain all that stuff.
Well, no, because the kingdom moves on to the next person.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good question. What happens when you come back?
By death, he gave up his. By dying like a punk, he gave up his right towards any kind of claim like that.
Robin
Wait, so
stroking his little pointed cheek.
So wait, him dying was punk rock? Is that what you're saying?
No, him dying was a bitch move.
On the other hand,
that's punk terminology.
Regardless if he died and came back or not, if he's the last living heir, he's the last living heir.
Yeah,
he did not think much of the Norman invaders.
In any event, just for the record, I'm sitting on the grounds that I could talk to Robin eye level.
But he's not the last living heir. He's the first reliving heir.
Yeah, they're redos and.
You know what? I'm not a lawyer. I don't even care.
Right.
I just know he'll have to be reporting to my king about what went down. And he looks over at the guys in the foam, and that's not going to end well for those poor fellows.
Like your boss is gonna kill those guys, or
No. My king isn't going to kill them. He's simply going to stop making them alive.
Who is your king? Wait, is your king Mordred?
Oh,
no. Please.
No. Who is? Who
Are you allowed? Are you allowed to give the name of your king without us going through some complicated ritual or being punished?
that's
This is magic shit.
That is probably a wise question to ask when dealing with my people, but no. King Oberon's name is not a secret.
Okay, there are no questions 3 to answer.
No.
I don't want to have to swear my firstborn to somebody.
With some of the
I
faith,
doubt I'm gonna have
perhaps,
kids.
If he offers anyone gum, don't take it.
Okay, we also have a problem with them being made not alive.
well, they were already not alive, and then Oberon made them alive. So if he withdraws his favor from them, they really just go back to their natural state.
These knights.
What
Yes,
were they
yes.
before?
They were dead.
So they were dead. He brought them back.
They were. I don't know if they were Mordred's troops originally, or if they're just Englishmen that have died in various wars on the island through time. I'm not sure.
Right, but once again, they died. He took dead bodies and did things to them.
Well, he simply
Oberon.
made them not dead anymore.
It was Auburn who did that?
Yes, King Oberon. Mordred made some sort of deal with him. I'm not privy to the details. That involved Oberon providing him with troops.
Are you here to take him back?
No, I just wanted to come see what had happened. I wanted to come see what mess had been made.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
No,
He left under great fanfare. He came back with only Mildred and, dented armor and bloody face.
well, yeah, he has us to thank for that.
Oh, I assume so.
He
We'll probably introduce ourselves since he's introduced himself.
whoa, time out there.
Oh, yes? Oh, do we have to make up like some kind of fake name?
He's Fae. You don't just toss names around with the Fae.
Well,
No, we
keep in
can talk-
mind,
Oh,
none
that's fine.
of you really use your real names anyway.
Yeah, we can
It's not
copy.
like you're giving me their true names.
We can give up the super names, right?
You may call me by the name, the Rocker.
Not a rocker, not rocker, the rocker.
So I'm
yes,
really
like the
curious.
chairs. Yes.
I'm really curious what King Oberon's interest in this world is.
Well, the occasional child, I suppose, but we tend to
Okay, we
tend to
also have
breed
a
slowly.
problem with that.
It's been some time since we took very many changelings.
I would guess that his interest really is in whatever he got out of Mordred for the reanimation.
Yes, in all likelihood. I don't know what sort of deal he cut with Mordred. It's possible that Mordred might have been going to give him
Kid?
changelings, but I don't know.
I feel like this is something we need to kick up to a higher authority.
And the Rocker shouts at the unconscious and dead Buckingham guards. If only there was some higher authority we could report this to.
Well, you've got guys walking around doing first aid and all.
Okay, yeah.
You have one of the guys get up. I'm a captain of the guard. And truthfully, he probably wandered over during the conversation. While you're calling, for somebody, Robin kind of steps over close to the rocker and starts sniffing. Are you touched by God? Are you touched by the gods?
I've been given a challenge by a couple.
You're not of the blood, though. No, it's definitely some of the old gods. Huh.
Wait. What are the new gods?
Dark side.
I realize I made my decision kind of fast. I didn't realize how many of them existed. What are the new gods?
Well, if you're of the blood, you follow the carpenter. If you're of the old gods, then you're of the gods that were here on the island before that. Though, well, that may be Greek, I smell. I don't know.
There's the Great Mouse of Florida.
I hear he's in California, too. I don't know.
He's out.
I thought he's everywhere. He's everywhere.
But,
The only one that gave me his name was Tyr.
That sounds kind of Norse.
Oh yeah, I definitely looked him up. He's a Norse guy. He's real nice. I like him.
He's still alive? Oh, I don't ask that because this character doesn't know much about Norse stuff. Wrong character. That would have been a Serpent Boy question.
He sat down and told them that, my task had to be possible. And I really appreciated that. I did not realize I was being tricked at first.
How'd they trick you?
Oh, the old gods can be tricksy.
Now, I also, Mr. Robin, I have to ask. I'm truly hoping your name doesn't come from, the action.
That,
What?
yeah,
No, it's
stealing,
Robin like
right?
a bird. What are you talking about?
Okay. There's an action called robbing, which is similar in
that's
sound
stealing.
to. Yes, that's stealing.
I don't do such thing professionally, no.
It's just strictly for
You just said that you do it for fun.
Occasionally.
Be careful with that around here.
I am a prankster.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go steal the royal jewels or crowns or whatever the royals of this place have these days, but unless I found a way to make it funny.
Yeah, your
the captain of the
reputation
guard
does-
is not looking reassured by this conversation. Do they still keep him in the tower?
Well, I mean, he is kind of I mean, we can make a case that as a character who has been, as a being who has been popularized by the bard himself. I don't know. He's almost like practically a part of British folklore at this point, don't you think? I mean, does he get special diplomatic privileges? I mean, it'll be kind of. I feel like it'll be like, I don't know, arresting Boudica or the Green Knight or something. I don't know.
mean,
this
When
is
you
kind of-
say Boudica's name, Robin actually takes his hat off and puts it over his heart.
Aw. Yeah,
She was
Yeah,
this
she's-
close. She was this close to running the Romans out.
she was pretty badass. I figure Whipette probably paid enough attention in history class for that, or literature class.
Well, all right then, Sir Robin.
Just
Bravely
Robin.
Flynn.
Just Robin's fine.
All right, just Robin.
Should be brave, Sir Robin.
I don't feel the need for me to hold you back from anything or try to stop you right now because you haven't done anything wrong. But I have a request. Do what you want here, but don't mess with old Big Ben. It's a clock tower we've got. It's practically falling apart already, and I'd like it to at least keep standing till I'm dead.
I have no intention of wreaking havoc. That's not really. As I said, I can be a bit of a prankster at times, but it's all in good nature.
Well, I just meant the old boy is falling apart enough that if you did a prank around it or close to it, it might get out of control quickly.
Oh, I see. No, I have no intention of damaging anything. Anything aged, or anything new for that matter.
Thank you for the concern.
You might end up, you might wake up in the body of a donkey or something, but nothing more harmful than that, right?
Right. Nothing irreversible. I mean, surely you've met people that you thought were asses.
Oh, I just got stabbed twice by one.
And how do you? I mean, I think this guy. Hey, this guy would be kind of fun to hang out with. I mean, Are we still on for the concert tonight?
Oh yeah.
Are we going to try to follow up? Are we supposed to
I gotta look at the time and see if I can make it to my concert.
You've still got a few hours actually.
Okay, good.
Are we gonna? Yeah, are we gonna do some follow up and try to get back to Mordred, or are we just gonna wait for? Are we done our duty and are just gonna wait for his next response?
I'm a dude from Rhodes Ferry. I'm kind of out of my depth here. I'm fine with taking 5 and getting a drink.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Hey, Robin,
look.
you wanna?
The old boy can die and come back. I'm just gonna keep on beating him whenever he shows up until old Oberon gets tired of sending his ass over here.
No, maybe we should take our new friend out on a pub crawl. I mean, what do you say?
To be fair, we're not even sure that Oberon would give him more troops or let him come back. He may just be He may get the beat down when he returns.
Yeah, this could be his timeout corner. The Earth might be his timeout corner for all we know. Oh, you're talking about Marjorie. I see.
But yes, Robert's like, oh, I'd be delighted to be shown around. Been a long time since I've been to Old London.
Are you familiar with punk rock music?
I cannot say that I am.
No?
It's loud and angry about how people misuse things.
Well, I'm always up for new experiences, I guess. Seems like a very odd sort of music.
Yeah, it's imagine like lutes, but at the power of the most thunderous thunderstorm.
All right, now I'm intrigued.
You had my interest.
As y'all been doing this, they've been chiseling some of the guard have been chiseling the soldiers out of the foam one at a time, and they've all dropped their the ones that couldn't drop their weapons as soon as they had their hands free, they are not putting up any fight. The shimmering effect over the city has dissipated.
Well, that's good.
Which means everybody's guns are working again.
And those
What about the other?
Helga
There
the
were more
Horrible.
attacks going on. We did the two big ones at the Parliament.
From some of the you hearing stuff come over the radios of some of these guys or some of them talking to each other. Once the field went down and and everybody's weaponries and radios and stuff began working normal, they've rounded those guys up pretty quickly.
And I take it the horses have been corralled and the Queen's Guard's back in town.
Yes, they're not sure what they're going to do with all those horses.
I'm sure I have a friend who might be able to find a place for them, or at least know where to take them. I mean, that's true. These are like old timey horses. These aren't even like modern. These horses could like suck compared to our horses if they're not up to like modern equestrian care
Or
practices.
They're a
they could
large
be-
breed of horse.
Oh,
they could also be a breed of horse that's gotten watered down over the ages, and this is some fresh stallions that come in and not have as many like purebred problems.
yeah, the studding potential alone would be pretty awesome. We'll breed a race of super horses. But seriously, though, I have a friend who could probably help out in that department.
Well, and the guard you're talking to is like, that's above my pay grade anyway. But yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I'm sure she's not working out now. She does have connect. She's connected. She's an aristocrat. Aristocrats.
As they're beginning to march, those troops, those 5 guys out of the foam away, you see them all stagger. They kind of gasp, and then they just collapse down into piles of dusty bone. Still in their the armor and stuff's still there, but now it's old and tarnished and rusted.
Oh, the whole make them not alive thing's immediate.
Ooh.
Does
Wow,
that happen to the horses?
Eberron must have made his decision.
Well, I have to say, at least that was not an extendedly painful looking thing to have happen to you.
No, it looks like it just startled them, and then they were gone.
Wasn't that bad. I can't even have a real complaint about that. He just did his job.
Kind of get the feeling that he could have made it hurt a lot more than he did, so, he's not a total ass. All due respect to your incredibly powerful king, sir.
I mean, other than the whole, giving troops to a guy that shouldn't have a claim to anything, I've got no problem with what this man's been doing.
No, he was well, perhaps legitimate is not the correct word, but he was the son of a king.
Yes, as many bastards are. We don't follow the strict rules of a king and queen anymore. They exist, and they have power. But there are other groups as well. We mitigated and have delegated and spread power around a little bit since then.
But in the land of my king, we do still follow all that. So when Mordred came to my king, it sounded as though Mordred had a legitimate grievance.
I feel like
Yes, as all swindlers do sound. Quite convincing when they walk up to you and tell their lies.
We do.
I feel like we should get a debate council. We could bring in Muckboot and Snapdragon and just have a whole big cross comic book wide debate on monarchy and democracy. This shit keeps coming up.
We have a lot of characters from a lot of despairing time zones.
We do. We do love our old timey characters. Yeah, so I kind of relish the thought of like taking Robin Goodfellow out on a
on a whirlwind
just,
tour of
we
London
just
for
have
a
to
punk
explain.
concert.
We just have to explain that we as a people have designed a room for you to, take care of your waste business, and it gets transported out. You're not allowed to do that in the street anymore.
That's a good point. Also, no touching unless they ask.
Well, you can also ask them, but it has to be politely placed.
Well,
So,
if you touch someone that didn't want to be touched back in my day, they simply kicked you. Yeah.
That still happens some.
Yeah.
They tend to be a little more proactive here
Oh.
nowadays.
So you're saying when we go get this drink, I should not be slapping barmaidens on their behinds. This is what you're telling me.
Deeply discouraged.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, it takes half the fun out of it, but all right.
There are some maidens that still like it, but
Yeah, there are establishments for that sort of thing. But
But
yeah.
for the next couple hours, I can only drink light because I still got a show to play.
Mhm.
You get drunk? He says, looking at the massive sword wounds in his side.
Yeah, our friend here is a performer of some renown, Robin.
Wait, hold on. What did you say there?
Which one?
What? The boy from Rhodes. What'd you say?
Wait, you can still get drunk? And he's looking at the sword wounds and the rocker's side.
Yeah, my alcohol to blood content can still go 2 or 3.
Oh,
All right. So at some point, the captain of the guard breaks into this conversation and gets kind of y'all's full report on what all you've been up to.
The reports.
Yeah, we've been fighting.
No matter what country you go to, there's always the reports.
I say with gouges in my body, we've been fighting.
Well, and the rockers recorded a lot of it.
Oh yeah,
Right, you've got
yeah.
your-
Go ahead,
your
pull one of the
drone
drones down,
Yeah.
plug it up to a computer, let him start getting the file.
Oh, I hope you sold some ads because you're about to monetize the shit out of tonight.
So he gets contact information from you, because undoubtedly undoubtedly they're going to want to publicly thank you for your assistance.
Oh.
When the shimmering came down, some of England's, that's what Helga was doing. She was drawing the superpowered
Contingent.
contingent out of London. That's what it was.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
That's why there were no native supers other than the rocker in town, because they'd actually been lured out to this neighboring town to help.
Yeah, the plan seemed seemed like a solid plan. It could have worked if it weren't for us meddling brats.
The rocker takes a moment. Hey, Robin, can I ask you a question you may not know the answer to?
Certainly.
Would old Mordred gain power from becoming king? Like, not political power, but like mystical, magical nonsense?
Not to my knowledge. I am no expert in the matter.
So he wouldn't gain the power of the people of England or anything like that?
No, I wouldn't think so. Even
Okay.
Arthur didn't have anything like that.
Just want to make sure because, like, he knew we have superpowered people and drew them out. But even after he won, they'd just come back. So I don't really know what his plan was.
That's a good point. I wonder if there was something.
He must
in
have
place.
He must have had something.
It might just assume like once he assumed the throne that they would have just followed him. They would have been honor bound.
Perhaps.
I mean, what's that old saying? A king and his land are one. So
Yeah.
might be some literal truth in that if you know what you're doing.
Well, if anyone would know, it would be his mother would know that sort of thing.
Hmm.
Super worrisome. Anyway, off to drinks.
Yes.
So that does bring up the question of if he was ruling here when his father returned, how that would work.
Has King Arthur returned in our continuity, or is it just a question left unanswered?
No.
Okay, so definitely
Well,
no.
at least if he has, it's not been in any public way.
Okay. Interesting.
Secretly leads the Illuminati, but no one talks about it.
But
So I guess what he's really telling us is that Morgan could still be around somewhere.
sure.
Well, you know she was
Maybe
involved with
he-
bringing Mordred back.
Should maybe be our takeaway.
Oh.
But anyway, y'all eventually break away. You take Robin around to, I'm going to assume the rocker knows London well enough to know where some good bars are. Or maybe some dives, depending on where he prefers to drink.
It's mostly dives that have like a specialty drink that they make pretty well.
Is
All
Robin?
the little local places, none of the big super bars, because they're just
like places that serve micro brews and stuff like that.
Yeah. No tourist, no franchises or tourist traps.
yeah. It's just the essence of the good old people, not corporations trying to eke out the natural habitat. People that are here to make $1 and not squeeze you for every one you got.
Do we party in costume or out of costume?
I'd say in costume myself.
Yeah, why not?
I'm just picturing
Yeah.
Boogeyman trying to get a straw up under his mask where he can drink. Since he's in a motorcycle helmet.
I'm literally dressed for my show. I'm just gonna stay dressed for my show.
I like that plan.
Oh no,
Yeah,
there's a
your
beer
clothes-
stain on my punk rock outfit.
But your punk rock outfit's got some like cuts and slashes in it now.
Oh no, that's also got a lot of blood.
Well, you're just modeling after Iggy Pop now, except without having to roll in shards of glass on the stage.
Ooh, maybe as he performs, he puts images from the fight earlier in the day up on the monitor behind him.
Ooh.
There you
Like
go.
the
Yeah.
Megatron or whatever.
Yeah, get your AV crew on that. You get all these like doom metal crossover fans.
But Robin seems to be quite popular in these taverns.
Mm-hmm. Now,
like
does he appear as a little person, or is he in like as he appears a fawn? What's his appearance?
Kind of goblinish.
Okay.
Human skin tones, but kind of goblin. You know, he got kind of the old school goblin. You know, he got the big kind of gnarled nose and pointed ears.
I gotcha. Yeah, I bet he's popular. He's probably getting all the free drinks. It's good for us. We don't have to pay for it.
And he can drink. He can drink like someone quite a bit larger than himself.
I'd be ashamed if he couldn't.
He also ends up arm wrestling a lot. Despite being small, it's like he's got the strength of a normal guy. So you know. But he carouses in kind of an old-fashioned way. You see him a couple times. It's like he's gonna. It's like he rears back to pop the waitress, and then remembers what you said and catches it.
Whipette will be doing whip tricks.
But you know, no matter how much he drinks, he never seems to be more than maybe buzzing.
He's got to have some kind of like lineage connection to like Bacchus or something.
So you can basically drink
Hey,
us under
Rob.
the table.
Oh yeah.
Do you have like an ability to control how drunk you are while drinking, or just a great tolerance?
Mortal beverages are simply not that strong.
Ah,
Absinthe, perhaps. Absinthe is it's well, it was a favorite beverage to begin with, and some of the fairies taught you mortals how to make it.
It explains a lot about my college years.
It actually does.
Let's see. It's been a month ago since we played. Does anybody remember what the English team was called?
Queen's Guard.
That's right. Thank you. Oh, that's right. You're our note keeper. I need to just start asking you for now.
I really should just, if I were really on top, I would like post summaries to the videos. I keep meaning to do that, and I haven't done it yet. Hopefully someday I will.
So yes, at some point, you get a text from the Queen's Guard thanking you, and wanting to meet you like the next day or something, But is that the dog?
I hope so.
Okay.
The other options aren't very appealing.
Yeah.
When I first heard something, I just thought baby, but then it kept going on. It was kind of like, oh, I think that's more of like a dog howling.
Like it's on and off, them basically trading places. He thinks she had kind of a bad early life.
Oh.
Rescue dog.
Escapee from somewhere that left her terrified of men holding things.
Sweet pup.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
How long have you had her? Or him? Or
A couple years.
okay.
Does Robin pull any sweet pranks or illusions or concoctions on anyone?
He'd
Or do we
be
keep
bound to. I don't know what sort of little pranks he might pull, but oh, that's right. I don't have the Millennium Dome on here. Oh, he does a few little things. Scoot somebody's seat out. When they go to sit down.
Turning a seat into a lion or some stuff like that.
He doesn't get super magical.
Okay. Pranks are subtle.
Most of what he does kind of is, he's playing some kind of, I forgot what it is now. I think you play it with coins, but it's some kind of trick.
Does he magic the juke? Does he magic the jukebox so that no matter what song it is, no matter what band it is, it's the band performing "Never Gonna Give You Up"? Like he just rickrolls the entire establishment. So like someone puts in the Beatles song.
I don't think he'd know to do that since it's been a couple hundred years.
If he'd been to Earth more recently, maybe.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good point.
Come to think of it, the dude that sings that song lives in England.
If I had Robin's abilities, that's what I would do. Be like the Beatles singing the song, and then Iron Maiden, and no matter what song no matter what band you put it was the Beatles song. Anyway.
But so y'all have a good time. You retire or move on to the
show.
Yeah, to the it's the Millennium Dome, or was the Millennium Dome when it was built. And you have a large concert area inside it. It's not the entire building, but I forget precisely what the concert area is called now. But
yeah, it's an impressive venue.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I ain't the main show.
Oh, that's right. You're the warm-up act.
Still,
I'm one of the openers.
Yeah.
Which is still like good place to be. It still gets you people to notice. It still gets
Yeah.
Well, you've got quite a following online. People love your live performances. You just haven't had any luck getting an actual album out yet.
So you're unsigned?
I am now.
Were you previously signed?
Until the studio burned down, yes.
I'm sorry, what now?
Oh, sorry, I'll go ahead and explain it to all of you.
Are we about to get a secret origin story?
Well, the whole impossible task thing. I have to get, over 1 million people to own my music. Actually, wait. Robin, how much of a fan are you of the old gods, and do you tell them things? If they...
I do not speak with the old gods, as we the Fae do not worship them.
Cool, because I'm kind of pulling the wool over 2 of them's eyes.
Oh, do tell.
Alright, so boys, I have to get... Because the old gods are not exactly the most caring or, acknowledging of today, they understand music's on CDs. That's how far their knowledge goes, and I found that out pretty quick. So I can't make a CD. But you all took my shirts to show that you were, working with me.
I didn't
Go
put my
ahead.
hand-
Go ahead and
Right.
look on the inside of the shirt.
Oh boy, I take the shirt out of my pack. What's it say?
There's a QR code on the inside.
Oh,
Congratulations. You all own a QR code to download my music. You now own my music.
but wouldn't that only count if we paid for these shirts?
Maybe, maybe not. But I sell those shirts and people buy them.
I gotcha.
So to the gods, my CD's failing, and those that are those that care to watch this, see the CDs fail, keep making the CDs fail, so my task is quote unquote never complete. But they haven't stopped people from buying the shirts. And even if the shirts get destroyed later, people still owned the music. So my number is going up no matter what.
So what happens whenever you complete your task?
Rock and roll will live on forever.
Oh,
I'm not a selfish
Cool.
guy. I just want rock and roll to keep going on. I love the music.
So the gods won't allow. They don't count CD sales because they know nothing of CDs. But do they know of T-shirts?
Well, no.
I guess-
I'm not able to finish a CD because they understand that people listen to music on CDs nowadays.
So Robin's like, so they're sabotaging your attempts, is what you're saying. That's the sort of thing they would do, yes.
Most of his fans just steal the music off YouTube or something.
Yeah, and Spotify.
Which would not technically be owned because that's theft.
Yeah.
There's, I've got to work it out in a way that is believable. So if I give a shirt to you and you accept it, you do own it. If you buy it from me, you do own it.
Old One Eye is the Allfather. He was pretty big on the whole trickster bullshit, so he might appreciate that.
None of the gods I was talking to had one eye. I'm pretty sure one was Hades, though.
Oh,
Because the task was, he said Sisyphus? I looked it up later.
Ian.
Sisyphus. I think I fought that guy once.
Yeah, I looked it up with the whole rock up the hill thing, and it keeps falling down forever. So, I understood the task was impossible later. But luckily, when Tyr showed up, he was like, the task has to be possible. And I think I found the way to make it possible with the shirt thing.
Sure. So how much are you selling these shirts for?
I mean, about half the price of your weird corporations. Let's make you pay $20 for a T-shirt.
Oh, in that case, I pull out $10 and say, "Here's one more."
Well, no, you already you accepted a gift. If you accept a gift, you own it.
Robin looks up, buy me a shirt. Then you still give him money to help him out.
Buy him a
Take
shirt.
$10, hand Robin a shirt.
Robin puts it on.
Congratulations,
Does it
now
look like
owning a copy of my music.
Does it look like a
I'm
nightgown on him?
assuming
It does.
that the gods won't let you just print 1 million CDs and give them away because that's cheaper than trying to give away 1 million T-shirts.
Right, but see,
Actually, more expensive for him.
the
But
gods that want to watch understood that CDs are music. They didn't either don't understand or haven't looked into and don't know what a QR code is. Or they do know, and that's just a loophole that I get. I don't know the answer. I spoke to them once and they left. They just seemed like, old fogies. So I assume they don't know what a QR code is, and it's been working for me. Because,
Do you get-
your shirts haven't miraculously exploded as I tried to hand them to you. So I've met the qualification. You own it.
I mean, is there an official count? Is there some magical scroll that displays?
Look, I looked up who Tyr is. I'm sure there's a fair system in place.
Robin nods his head. He is a god of justice. Those Norse guys, they really needed somebody like that, reining them in.
Here's kind of a. I'm trying to make a one-handed pun, but I can't think of anything good.
You kind of got to give him a hand.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Robin takes a sip. Somebody needs to give him a hand anyway. Here on the Isles, we had somebody lose a hand, and he got a new one.
Oh yeah. No, well, I don't. Whippet doesn't know that, but yeah.
But anyway, y'all eventually make it to the concert. It goes off without a hitch. Who are you opening? Who is the rocker opening for?
I didn't have a pretend band to open up for, because I was getting ready for a show. You said I was opening for somebody, so I went, all right, I'm opening for somebody.
Okay.
Oh, how big do you want to go? Is it gonna like Muse big, or is it? Or are we looking for just a made up name, made up band? Random band names.
Well, I didn't really want to I also don't want us to be like a real band.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking up the random band name generator. Oh wait, this doesn't actually.
The Knife Bros.
Yes.
Knife Bros it is.
The Knife Bros. Or the Knife Brothers.
Knife Brothers.
That way it's still in the same kind of genre as I am. Just from the name alone.
Is there a mosh pit at your performances? Or is that more of a
Punk
heavy metal
rock,
thing?
so I'd have to assume at some point there is.
I forget which styles tend to have mosh pits that don't. Robin is fascinated by the mosh pit.
So I found a band name generator just for funsies. I'm going to read off some of these names. There's like Gravitation Kill, Lunar Reason. Oh wait, no, don't go. Wait, no, stop that, Ad. I didn't mean to click on you.
That's a long name.
It is. Definitely random though.
Oh, there's a really good one that I just lost out on. Anyway, such things exist. That's the important point. Anyway, onto the game. Back to the game.
All right. So the concert goes off pretty much without a hitch.
Good to hear.
Robin is on the fence as to whether or not he likes the style of music. It's very different from anything he's heard before. But he is a fan of human emotion, and there's a lot of emotion to it. So overall, you think in time you could win him over.
It's probably an acquired taste.
The next day, government contacts you. They're, they made public statements as to what happened, and these two old German villains were used to lure the Queen's Guard out of London, and they were defeated but made their escape. All the archaic soldiers taken into custody expired.
Which they have the explanation for.
Yes. I'm trying to decide how much of that they would pass. Well, you had your drones going and streaming, so there really isn't much they could keep from the public now that I think about it.
Well, do they publicize like the presence of Mordred, or are they focusing on the Nazi villains?
Well, they talk about the Nazi villains being what drew the Queen's Guard out of London, so this man claiming to be Mordred could attack.
Oh, okay. They're doing for
the weird thing. If Mordred returned, he might get a cult following in England.
Oh, I bet.
It's quite possible.
Who knows?
But
so what about the horses? Did they dust also?
I love our interest in these horses.
Yeah.
Well,
yes. Unfortunately, the horses went the same way as the troops.
Aww.
Clearly, it was the troops' horses that he brought back with him. So
gotcha.
That's just kind of sad because the horses didn't even get to have an opinion in the matter.
Yeah.
You're not sure the guys had much of a say either. But...
How does Robin feel about her emotions about these horses? Poor unfortunate horses. They got a raw deal.
He agrees with you. It's kind of rough,
I've been spending a lot of time.
They got to live a little bit longer than they didn't otherwise. Yeah.
New punk rock song, Dusting Horses.
Ooh. horse dust.
That sounds like a weird thing you do with your friends at night.
Yeah.
My
I'm
friends
not sure
aren't that
about it.
weird.
I'll think about it. But if you can tip a cow, you can dust a horse.
Actually, I'm not sure you really can tip a cow. They're pretty stable.
If you think you can tip a cow, you probably think you can dust a horse.
That's fair.
It's
So they
the
have a
journey,
little
not the
presentation,
destination.
where they publicly thank you, and it's televised.
Oh, that's nice. I imagine the tabloids are noting the stray American Team American vigilante who's now in the UK, because I would primarily be known for having being estranged from my mother and sister, who are also crime fighters.
Let's see. If the rocker is willing to accept it, given how he feels about the government, yay or nay, he will be awarded the George Cross.
Ooh.
Gotta look that up real quick.
Highest
As
civilian
I am, as you know,
As you are not English, I understand.
right.
The George Cross is the highest civilian decoration of the United Kingdom and other member states of the Commonwealth of Nations. It is the highest gallantry award for civilians of any rank, profession, and is primarily intended as a civil award.
Oh, like a charity sort of thing, as opposed to like a battlefield.
Probably. Well, the trick is if you're talking civilian, there's probably not going to be a lot of battlefield.
Right. We always like superheroes always like are in that gray area.
But though honestly, the Rocker might very well be offered a knighthood. Now that I think about it.
Sir Rocker. Oh.
He'd definitely be like, I don't. Great honor and all that, but I would prefer not to have to swear fealty to a queen who may or may not get replaced next week. Because crazy shit's happening.
Yeah, well, and if the Rocker is the sort that doesn't want a title of any sort, then they might drop down to the George Cross or something.
Yeah, I have the title I want. It's Rocker.
They if they have medals that they give out to non British citizens, then the rest of you would get that. I'm not sure that they have that sort of thing though.
So we do or do not get George Crosses?
George Crosses are basically for citizens, of England or Commonwealth or Britain or Commonwealth nations.
That's right.
Of which England does not count, or which of America does not count.
Rocker's a local. I forgot that.
But yeah, Rocker's a local boy. So, Robin hangs around during all this. He's not up on stage with you, but he's out in the crowd. Nobody seems to be noticing him though.
Yeah, that's a Faye thing.
Yeah. He walks up to the little, refreshment table and asks for something. He gets handed something, but nobody pays him any extra mind. And if you watch the TV footage later, not that they pan the crowd very much at these sort of things, but he never pops up on camera either. Where the drones that Rocker had recording stuff, he pops up in those. Maybe he's become aware of what TV is or something. Who knows? Let's see. I hate to wrap up 15 minutes early, but
Well, we could also.
Yeah.
I mean,
we really reached, kind of the conclusion of what I had. So.
Yeah. I actually like this kind of setup where we spend like half the time with action and half the time just random role playing and just I kind of like that because I know we did that for. I feel like that was a format for a while, and I always liked that format, so I'm good with this. And we could also maybe start figuring out what the next session will be about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And we'll-
So for these heroes, this will wrap here. Whipette can continue her training until her, whenever and wherever her next experience is. Rocker was just going on about his business in this, so he'll continue that. Boogeyman had his round trip ticket, so in a day or two he's got to take off
Yeah.
unless he wants to buy a new ticket.
Like he has money.
At some point, as the group kind of breaks up, Robin, kind of bids his goodbyes and drifts off. He's not gone very long before somebody in the British government is calling you up and asking you, whatever happened to him?
He's fey. He's not being able to see him, and he left.
That's...
It's
It's weird.
Like,
That first day he showed up, we had so much else going on. We're like, we'll talk to him, later. Then we just kind of forgot.
he's fey. He's magic. It happens. Don't worry too much about it. That's just kind of how they operate.
Okay, I hope he's not up to nothing.
Oh, he will be. Just nothing. He promised nothing dangerous that would destroy buildings or anything. And no stealing, like, super valuable things.
Okay.
Like, he'll still be a problem. You'll still have to deal with him eventually. But it won't be like a life or death situation.
Okay. Well, that kind of matches up with the folklore, so. But, alright, so we'll leave off these heroes for now. Who do y'all want to play next session?
I'd be down for doing another grab bag, but I'm really jonesing to play Recluse.
Who?
Recluse.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
so-
Oh, yeah. I'm sitting here looking at my list like, I kind of want to play Muck Boot. I forgot that Unison even exists.
Alright, so y'all want to do a spear y'all want to do with a spear team next time?
I wouldn't mind giving Independence Race some more screen time.
I'm good
We're
with...
probably due for a spear adventure.
We're due for one, I guess. Yeah.
Alright, so we will come up with some international something for spear to be dealing with next time.
All right.
Something to get them out of the U.S., because, I titled this The Wider
Wider-
World, and then we just
Wider
kept making
World.
just America.
Ooh, let's go to Japan. Unison's probably popular there because he's basically Super Sentai.
That's a
Big
good point.
Japan.
He gets off the plane and Sunrise issues a cease and desist order.
I had an idea for Japan at one point. I can't remember what it was now.
And it wasn't the kaiju one.
No, all the kaiju.
Crazy.
I've got some more kaiju stuff coming, but it actually no. Japan was not the one I was initially planning for the kaiju stuff.
Yeah, I can take that.
So something with spear in Japan. All right, I came up with something.
Nice.
Oh, everybody gets experience point.
Woo!
Or I say experience points. Not really how that works in this one. But
Minor.
yeah,
minor accomplishment.
everybody gets a minor. Let me check my page O notes. Because I know I gave out experience not too long ago. I think for episodes 18 and back. And today's episode would be... Let's see, what episode are we on? So I click over to the website and just look at what the last ones I posted were. It's thenerdeternal.com for anybody interested. Alright, so our last issue was 20. So this was issue 24.
20. My count is 24. Does that match you?
Yeah, this is what today would be.
Sweet.
I don't think I gave y'all experience last session. So go ahead and give yourself another minor for the last session.
2 minor accomplishments. Sweet.
Thank you.
All right.
Alright, so that's 23 and 24. I know I've given you experience for. I'll have to check about 19 through 22. check the Discord, make sure I hadn't noted anything down in there. So there's some of the experience and behind the scenes things for the stream. Fascinating television. I'm
That
sure.
reminds me, I need to go look at Unison. I think I've got. Oh yeah, I've got a lot to do with Unison before I use him next.
Yeah, some of your guys.
Because
It's
Unison
really
isn't
weird. It's like the Haunted are the ones that seem to have the most experience so far.
Yeah,
Well,
they got a lot
we,
of play.
we had an extended storyline with the Haunted.
That's true. And then you had that
And
kind of mixed
also-
storyline that used half the Haunted. So.
Yeah, I would like to. I would be curious to see you play more with the Unison concept, because I just think it's such a clever concept. I'd like to see you play with that. The idea of like it's one person who becomes 6 people who aren't really people, but everyone thinks they're people.
Well, that's the thing. Is Unison is. I haven't made Unison nearly complicated enough yet. I got healing and flight, and I need to throw some extra stuff in there.
In fact, before I found out that the rest of that you did let the rest of the sphere know that what the deal with Unison was, I was toying with the idea of a subplot where maybe Independence Ray kind of like develops a thing for like one of the Unison people.
I don't know. Wait, look under that mask. But,
Or just like really like develops a real grudge, like another Unison person just really annoys him, and he's besties with another one, and how that would be for Unison since they're all him.
Well, I mean, I'd still have the mental link and know all the information.
Right.
it would just be if he played along with it or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just be
exactly.
playing
The quandary.
it correctly.
That is the only. Well, I won't say only. That is one of the problems using the universe creation rules like we have. It's neat to have this pool of characters to pull from, but sometimes it's like you can't spend enough time on one that catches your interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and 6 characters to juggle around for each of us. That is,
It's a lot.
yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, whenever we wrap up season 2 and move on, if we do something similar to the next season, we might just cut it down to like 3 players a piece or something, or 3 characters a piece rather, or fiddle with the rules a little bit. If we don't just decide to go, do one hero team or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
like a grandification, like Justice League Unlimited, where everyone's on the same team, but they just get assigned to different missions from time to time.
That'd be tough to take all these characters. Like, okay, you get one now.
Pick one.
Oh, right, exactly.
Or we could always change settings.
I
and do
mean,
something
actually,
different.
probably not so tough, but you're still going to be like, I still want to play so and so.
Right.
Giving up Muck Boot would be very hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, but let's say if we did we did a completely fresh team, just the one team, completely fresh team the next season. Have some sort of guest star mechanic where you could bring in one of your previous characters for like one storyline or something every now and then.
But that would also be funny if, like, due to a scheduling error, we all brought our guest characters on.
It would have to be sorted. It would have to be sorted out ahead of time.
We make the episode as accidentally date night. It's just everyone's not from the team, but got invited by the team, and they're just like, all right, I guess we're partying now.
The team gets called off on an emergency, so it's just everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I could see something where, like, you take requests from us, like who else we'd like to play, and then maybe, like, let's say I want to give Snapdragon another try. You can make up an adventure for the core team that happens to involve, like, the kingdom that Snapdragon comes from, and that's how she ends up. Yeah, it's kind of like the old Marvel team up setup where it's always Spider-Man, except with a team instead of just like
I guess it's more like a team, but we just have a guest star periodically.
Yeah. And it gives you a chance to spotlight the guest player, the guest character. I could think that kind of setup.
But I figure we're about halfway through this season, so we still got a ways to go.
We still got 24 more issues.
Well, the first season was 20, so I figured this season with all the extra characters, I'd do at least 40 episodes.
Okay.
And then we'll figure, when we get closer to the end, we'll figure out for sure what we want to do for season 3.
Yeah.
But well, it's almost 4 now, so we'll go ahead and log off here.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hope anybody that comes by and watches later enjoyed it. I don't know that we had any viewers live, but we just switched over to a new channel, so that's...
But yeah, that's because of channel shenanigans.
well, we got a few, but let's see. Well, Captain Paragon is me, and
I know one of those is me too.
another TV viewer I think is a bot.
Oh. Well, now that we're gonna be on Twitch, I can start like spreading the word. I can start like tweeting the word around. Because
Oh, bless you.
But anyway, if anybody's watching this live, hope you enjoyed it. If you come back and watch us later, hope you enjoyed it. This will be up on YouTube eventually. I say eventually, probably be like Tuesday, or maybe next Tuesday. I forget. With this being every 2 weeks, I usually put them out in the middle week. Anyway, hope everybody enjoyed it. I know I had fun running it. I hope my players enjoyed it.
It was great.
Again, I was your GM for the day, Jason. And we had Curtis playing Dojo Loach, Mike playing Whipette, Taylor playing the Rocker, and Zach playing the Boogeyman. And we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.